Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back to a very exciting episode. I've had a busy transfer window. I find it really annoying that the... Hang on, the dog's chewing a plastic bottle. Freya, can I have it, please? Freya, get it. Can I have it? Thank you. Nice plastic bottle. It's really annoying. The transfer window closing so early is incredibly irritating. We've bought... How many people are you going to recognise? You'll recognise at least one player, which I'm actually really happy with this pickup. We spent a lot of money. We've also sold a lot of players. We've still got a bit of money to spend. We've still got 20 million to spend, and we're still looking to try and sell a couple of the players abroad, obviously, because transfer window's closed. We are currently, this confused me a little bit, the club is projected to fail Premier League financial fair play player wage rise regulations. Not wages, wage rise regulations. I don't know if that's just a kind of misprint, because there's teams must also ensure the player's wage expenditure does not increase by more than £7 million on the previous season expenditure unless this is funded by an uplift in revenue. But that's not wage rise. Do they mean the rise from last year? I guess that's what it means. So failure to comply with one of the following sanctions if remains in the same division, a point selection of 5 points for the following season. If a player's wage expenditure increases above allowed limits, a fine of a percentage of the amount overspent will be imposed. Okay. The board is also allowed to invest money. So, I never really had issues with financial fair play before. I thought it was a myth. But... is there anywhere I can actually see? Okay, here we go. I've never actually had to look at this screen before. No loss than a 15 million loss over 30. Currently, the board projected to make a profit of 99 million. So we're fine on that. The club has failed regulations. The board predicts spending to be 3.96 million over the allowed. So that's the wage rises. So our wages is currently 2.1 mil. This time last year it was 2.2 mil. So it's gone down. But we're gonna fail. Allowed. So we need to cut by 4 million. It shouldn't be an issue anyway, because with the two players we're about to try and sell, we should be fine. I think that's fine. Let's say through the transfers then. There's a couple of future transfers that are very good. Have a little scan. See if you recognise anybody. We have signed Marcus Rashford. Oh, yes. Right, let me take you through the major outs first. The first one was the one we talked about. Cosimo Melis to Southampton, because they're the richest team in the world, apparently. 60 million quid, which I'm really delighted with. He's 29 years old. He's good, but not he doesn't stand out. You wouldn't think, I'd sign him for 60 million. Not even close. He's been with the club a long time. He's been with the club 10 years, which is a little bit sad, but... 60 million quid. A few randoms. Nemach, Brentford had just got promoted, so they signed a couple of our cast-offs. 26-year-old striker and Marco Skluskluber for 18.5 million, who's a decent centre-back, but 29 years old. It was like, okay, we're freeing up some money. And a couple of others, couple of loanies, all that good stuff. So first off, this is actually, I think, one of the best signings we've made. Eder Milatio. We got a centre-back called Eder. I love it. Just calling him Eder. On a freebie, 119 caps for Brazil. Still decent physically. A really solid... We're going to be playing him not as a fullback, because that would kill him. As a ball-playing defender. I think he's really good. He's on big money, of course, but he's worth 11.5 million. He's been with Arsenal for donkey's years. They signed him for 42. I think this, and I've made him my captain. I think this is an exceptional pickup, to be honest. I think he's only going to be with us a year, maybe 2 if his physicals hold, which I'm doubting. But I think this season is all about kind of getting a team that we're supposed to get mid-table, that gets us mid-table. And then I'm going to try and sign a bunch of wonder kids because we know we're going to be here for a few years that can then develop. And I think this is a perfect stopgap signing. He looks delighted to be here. Then we've got Pak Song Min as our new left back, 16 million quid, Japanese international, 4.5-star potential, really solid going forward. Just a good all-rounder, 20 determination. I think he's a really good player. And we've got Fabricio, who's our new right wing back. Our main man at right wing back. Obviously, we got Wan-Bissaka, but he's on the old side. Signing for big money, but he's another Brazilian international, 40.5 million from Gladbach. I think he's going to be an exceptional player. We've got Luke Harvey on loan from Liverpool. We've got Ezekiel at right mid. We don't need anyone. We did keep hold of him. Much like when you have good players and the transfer window opens, he was wanted for the entire transfer windows, and I'm like, he's got £105 million release clause, and I'm just waiting for somebody to bid. And it right at the end of the transfer window, as always happens, I think it was Chelsea or somebody bid, but they didn't hit his transfer clause. They bid like 70 million. And I turned it down, and he didn't want to leave. So he's a legend in my book. So we got this guy. I think he's a pretty good backup. He'll do English as well. Next up, we have, this guy was transfer listed by Inter. Dauda Ndai. D&D. Just call him D&D. Bit of Dungeons and Dragons action. Right, D&D. D&D. £18.25 million. A really good striker. Italian. Didn't really do much. Has never really had the game time. Like, when he was loaned out, that was in the Serie A just a couple of years ago. Like, he scores goals for fun. It looks like he was used as mainly as a sub. He played 6 starts. That's non-competitive. Yeah, 9 starts, 6 sub appearances. And then we got 10 starts, 3 sub appearances. He's never really gone into the team. So I was delighted, and a number of big teams went in for him, but he chose us, the mighty Bournemouth. Next up, we have Michael Ross on loan for Manc United as our sort of third, fourth choice centre-back option. Really good youngster. A little bit low on the heading, but everything else is pretty good. And he's, while not being, I would say, a ball-playing centre-back, it's okay. He can pick a pass out. Next up, we have the legend that is Marcus Rashford. I know he's 34, and it's 11 million quid or whatever it was. 12 and a bit million. He's still banging in goals. I looked on the social. The Man United fan base went absolutely nuts when he left. I think he's really, really good. Obviously, a lot of wages, but he's got 179 caps for England, 101 goals. The reason I even knew he existed still was he announced his international retirement in a shock announcement. I'm like, I wonder if he's available. And Man United were like, yeah, right. So he's not going off to England, which is like a double bonus. So I think, and obviously he's a decent mentor as well. He's spirited personality. He's got good determination, all that sort of good work rate. So he's a good tutor for the youngsters as well. I think for a season or two, this guy could be superb for us, and he's good at free kick taking. Not so much at penalties. Hooray! Bants. Actually, he's quite good at penalties. So actually, he is real life. But let's not get into that. Next up, we have, on loan from PSG, a first choice left winger, Brandon Vigier. It's probably pronounced Vigier. Oh, too many V's. The Virgin. We'll call him the Virgin. So he'll like that and he'll appreciate that. This guy is amazing. 2-footed, which is as rare as rocking or shit. 20-year-old Belgium. He's the next Kevin De Bruyne. I just like saying his name funny. Absolutely rapid, really good player. Plays inverted, he plays winger on both sides, basically. Obviously being 2-footed. They're not even asking. They're so rich. They don't even ask for a monthly fee. They're just like, yeah, just pay his 8k wages. I'm like, okay. I think this guy could be really good, so I might be looking to try and transfer this guy in. Next up, we have Marcus Schubert for Fortuna Düsseldorf for 1 million quid. Basically a backup goalkeeper for a year. He is a little bit ginger, I know, but I think I got £500,000 off because he was ginger. So he's like bags of experience. He's a 2-club man. The mighty Dynamo Dresden, respect. And I thought he's decent. So we got him in for a year. And finally, this one took the most time. Because I like him, and my scouts don't think he's very good. And it's only 8 million quid, going to 10 if he plays a bunch of games. Jorge-Luis Pina Colada. I think he's good. 21-year-old Mexican. I'm thinking, obviously we're not playing the number 10, but as a box-to-box midfielder, I think he's really good. But my scouts are just saying 3.5-star rating. And I'm gonna prove my scouts wrong, despite the fact they're really good scouts at this point. Also, we did bring in Jordan Henderson. I did check around for other assistant managers that were as good as him, and there was nothing really. So we spent the £1.4 million to get Jordan Henderson as our assistant manager. But yeah, so this is, let me know. I'm not saying he's like world class or whatever. If he was like 18, you'd go, oh shit. But he's 21, still going to improve. But I think he's better than what they reckon. He can't jump. That's his con. They're saying that on this screen, it's saying that he's reached his potential. I think, although that says playing it close to his full potential, so it's very confusing. But he's going to prove the scouts wrong. It was like I picked this one. I was like, scouts, you don't know what you're doing. I don't think he's going to ever be world class, but I think he'll do for a couple of seasons, and I think he'll be value for money in the end. I think, but a couple of the most exciting bits of news. First off, I'm not having a brain fart. Let me just check something. It's Pep Guardiola's here, isn't he? Right, we had that little bit of falling out of Pep Guardiola, because he was amazed that they'd spent so much money signing us. He followed me around the transfer market. I went in for this player, Manuel de la Iglesia, from Newell's Old Boys, and then Arsenal put in a bid. Now, this guy was like, okay, defensive wing is not ideal, but actually I can make him a central midfielder. He's only 17 years old. He had a release clause of 2.5. I'm going in for him. Nobody else was interested. Suddenly, Pep Guardiola, with his big baldy-head bastard, comes up and goes, yeah, we'll have him. We're Arsenal. Ugh. And then he chose Arsenal. Also, he went in for Inaki Gomez. I tried to sign him, and he came in for Inaki Gomez. He turned us both down eventually and decided to stay at Atletico. He had a £22 million release clause. So that was a bit annoying. So we are out to destroy Arsenal. But a couple of really exciting signings. They're not joining us now, but these guys are the future of the mighty Seaside club. We've got Ivan Sutic from Crvena Zvezda for £1 million. 17-year-old Serbian goalkeeper. Oh, suit shooter. I'm so looking forward to I think this guy could be absolutely amazing. So gobbled him up. Obviously 5-star potential. We did get a work permit. Cheers. The non-EU rules are that we have to get work permits for anyone outside the UK and Ireland, and we can have a maximum of 17 foreign players, which is I can live with. Oh, it's tough to keep those foreign players' numbers down. I like a small squad anyway, so it kind of doesn't even factor in. Next up, we have Jean-Marie Colotti from Nîmes Olympique for £1.5 million. Definitely not rude. Terrible accent. 17-year-old French winger. Just took a punt, really. Really solid all-rounder at the moment and only 17 years old. They think he's a 4-star potential player, but he's never going to lose us money. He only cost us 1.5 mil, so excited for him. And finally, Jonas Carlson from Kalmar as just another superb youngster. 17-year-old Swedish player, 1.7 million quid. Really good playmaker. Really solid for a 17-year-old, exceptionally good playmaker. Determined as well. Really good personality traits with the new players. So there's 3. We've got money left. I'm scouting basically any children. I'm basically hunting for children that we can then bring to our country. Just make sure the room's not bugged. Yeah, so we are going to... yeah, let's leave it. Sign children. We are going to traffic... no, leave it. So, I'm not sure if I like D&D. It looks a bit weird, doesn't it? What's his name? His name's Unditled. I was fancy calling him Red Dead. No, let's Unditled's fine, right? I just didn't feel the name, but I do like the Virgin. He's never going to come back, is he? We've got quite a random Mexican influence in the squad. We've got 3 Mexican players, which is nice. So this is one of the guys I'm trying to get rid of. Felipe Garcia, I've just transfer listed him now, just trying to bring the wages down. He's worth 23 million. He's a solid player, but with that being exceptional. The other guy we're trying to sell is this guy, his name's Ante, loves a bit of poker. 32-year-old Croatian central midfielder who's just deteriorating quickly. We've accepted 11 million quid for him. And one other we might have got. As for youngsters, not really much. John Irish is our biggest hope, so I've moved him to the first team. He's getting mentored by Rashford. So I think we've got a really solid team. I think we could still do with a centre-back. We've got Eder this season and Berger, we're going to call him Berger, is a solid centre-back, and we've got the youngster that I think will improve. We've also got Montalena Amanano, who's suspended for the first game. So I think overall, we've got a really good side. If we look, we're going with what we used before. We're going to... This is the tester, really, for this formation, because this tactic might only work when you are like one of the best teams in the league, like AC Milan, and you've got the players to just dominate teams. I'm interested to see how this works against teams that are better than us. So the board expect us mid-table, I believe it was. Yeah, mid-table, 5th round of the FA Cup. Don't care about the League Cup. And the competition overview... Season preview. We are exactly mid-table. So I'd happily take mid-table this season. Get our feet in the door. Work out what players we like, what players we don't, and all that good stuff. We've got Murat Arslan. Didn't we try and sign him? I remember the name. I think I tried and signed Arslan for obvious reasons. But we've got 2 really good left backs. We've got 2 good right backs. Got a good goalkeeper. Turned down quite a big bid for him. Up front, we've got a plethora of strikers, and we're just going to let them find their way in. We're going to go with Rashford. I did promise to play him as an advanced forward, and Dai as the complete forward. I was going to call him a central forward. That's stupid. And Pina Colada, who I'm going to prove my scouts wrong, or he's going to be shit. He did already speak English, so that's a bonus. Today we are playing Fulham, and what we'll do quickly... they spent 35 million. Okay. What we'll do quickly, have a quick look at me, and then also just see how the other team, how AC Milan, see if they spent any money. Because they did give us 45 million to spend, so I'm assuming they gave that to the new manager. Let's have a look at my profile. 4-star rep. Couple of 20s there. It's kind of probably maxed out. Probably not going to get much better, to be honest. Okay, let's have a look at Milano. Got a suspension from the last day of the season. Have they done any business? So they spent 58, sold 38. They sold Bachmann. I did scout the team, and it was much like we thought. The only player I wanted was Ferreira, and would cost so much. So I'm going to wait for AC Milan to go bankrupt, which will happen, and then we'll poach him. Yeah, I did look at Bachmann. I considered it, but he's gone to Dortmund. They spent a lot of money on this guy. Always good to spend all your money on an old dude. And the Lorenzo from Athletic. Not bad. Not bad. That's nice number 10. So with what they've done, I feel like they should be fine. They should win the league again. I'll be disappointed if they don't win the league, to be honest. Hans Wolf. Not bad. Okay, let's go for it. One slight mistake I did make, because I was so busy with transfers, because we had so much going on, that my assistant, whoever does that, only made 3 friendlies and then decided to have 20 days off between the last friendly and the first game of the season. So, good times. So, match sharpness isn't quite where I want it to be, if you're wondering why everybody looks like they've just had a month off. Because they pretty much have. Right, here we go. New season. Just want to check where Fulham are expected to go. So they're expected to go 14. So actually, this is a good test. Okay, this is a solid test. Pina gets the number. Let's pick one for him, because he's my pet project. So obviously, we'll give him the number 69. Obviously. Right. Pina, prove them wrong. Prove my 17 scouts that all think you're bang average. Prove them wrong. What's the betting like Rashford gets injured first game? That would be horrible. We're using exactly the same tactic. We're going attacking. I've remembered to do set pieces. Pat on the back for that. Here we go. First highlights. Okay, we're 1-0. We're 1-0 down. Leroy Jenkins. Okay, set piece goal. Nothing to worry about, lads. Happens to the best of us, okay? If we just get humped 4-0. Not even if we get humped 4-0. If we just don't have shots and they have like 7 clear-cut chances, that's going to be worrisome. And Dai, go on. Nice, Radford. Chase him. Come on, Rashers. I hope Rashford's not using this as like a retirement home. That would be annoying. Virgin. Ezekiel, the key man. He plays it across. Penalty. It's a penalty. Oh, Rashford stepping up. Nobody's arguing with him though. So I've told him because I'm an adult and I'm the manager and I make the decisions. I sat them all down and said, Rashford, you take the penalties. And they went, all right, boss, you're the manager. And I went, you're welcome. So there's no arguing on the pitch about who should take the penalties. Although I regret that decision. Right. Rashford. Oh, he's up for it. He's not shirking it. I think he's pretty much doing everything at this point. Oh, no, it's Ezekiel taking the corner. Header's there. Rashford again. Heads it down. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I already know it was the right decision. And I'm sure there'll be some people in the comments saying like, oh, you should have gone to a bigger team, because we won the Serie A and all that sort of stuff. And if it was realistic, you'd go to a bigger team. At the end of the day, I'm 4-star reputation. Bournemouth are a 4-star team in the Premier League. So it's we don't even know. We didn't even get an interview. Oh, no. Did we get an interview with Arsenal? No, we got an interview with Arsenal, but they turned us down. So, did they turn us down? I can't remember. They did, didn't they? But previously, we got turned down. We weren't even guaranteed of a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or anything like that. At the end of the day, I still got a pay rise. I'm getting paid £5,000 more a week than I was previously. Plus, if this was real life, then the chance to manage my hometown club so I could be close to me mum and all that sort of, all my family and stuff, yeah, it would be completely realistic. Okay, lads. Rashers. He got the penalty miss, but I liked that other chance he had. I'm going to let you play on, Rashers. All right? Don't let your head drop. Do we want to... I'm going to give Pak Song Min. Come on, boys. We've been all right. Let's continue from the set piece. But shit happens. Missed a penalty. Come on, Rashford. Rashers. Remember, this is your debut. The papers are going to slate you if you don't get above a 5.9. Come on, boys. Come on. Yes, Pinner. Come on. Nice. Ezekiel. Lovely. Ooh, the Virgin. Heads it wide. Apparently there wasn't even a half chance. We kind of do need to win these games, though. Like, it's kind of important. I'm glad we've got all the friendlies going on. We got Wilco for penis knackered. Okay. Come on. Definitely deserved at least a draw out of this, I'd say. I had faith in Rashers to come back, but he's just sitting on 5.9. Winners. No. You know, we're just learning the system. Yeah, I'm a new manager. You know, introducing myself to all the players. It's going to take a bit of time. I feel like this is a proper highlight. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, good tackle. Here we go. Moreles. Oh, it's a beautiful. Rashers. Yes. Come on, son. That's what I'm talking about. Got to have faith. George Michael once said it, and he knows all about football. You got to have faith. Morales with a lovely ball. Great first touch from Rashford and finds the lovely finish. The experienced international gets the equaliser. Oh, I'm so glad after I kept him on after having a bit of a shocker. Not just a pen. Missed a couple of other chances. That's it. Take him out. All right, we'll take the draw. Game, please. We'll have that. We're happy with the draw. There it is. A 1-1 draw. First game of the season. I'm not going to have a go at the team for draw in the first game of the season against a team similar, very similar to ours. I'm going to say, well done, everybody. You did great. We don't have any money in the bank. That's one thing we need to fix because I'd like to build a new stadium. I think 20,000, we're in 2032. You'd think by that point Bournemouth would have a new stadium. I'm assuming that. Is that a new stadium? Oh, they built this. Okay, it's 12 years old, though. They must be able to expand it, mustn't they? You wouldn't build a 20,000-seater stadium in the Premier League without being able to mix it up. Okay, it's all right. It's fine. So my plan is get rid of a couple more players. Hopefully make sure we're off this wage rise thing, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. That will give us money in the bank. Plenty of money to spend. I'm scouting a bunch of young players that we'll bring in over the course of the next sort of year, some in January, some in the course, and they're going to be the future of the club because really we don't have much in the way. You've got John Irish is basically our entire hope of our entire youth system. So this needs to be like heavily rebuilt. We've got superb training, great youth facilities. So once, maybe even look to improve that. But let me know if you're excited. Also, let me know what you think we're going to finish in the league. Hang on. The division begins on the 11th. In 0 days. It's now the 10th, so that would suggest 1 day, but it's also started because we played a match. It's just little things, I'm going to say I'm pretty happy with our team. I think centre-back is the only real depth issue. I'm going to suggest 12th. Solid season. Maybe have a decent League Cup or FA Cup run. Maybe get to a semi or a final and finish 12th. Let me know in the comments. Thumbs up the one you like and all that good stuff. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.